It's the Middle Eight podcast with me, Jermaine Riley, Ricardo Williams, and Cherry V. If you haven't seen a podcast yet, if you're a first-time listener, then please buckle up because basically we're going to run through some topics today. And but before we do that, please like, share, subscribe, do all the good things because this inevitably is going to be another great one. How you guys doing?
Yeah, that's right. Jerry, I don't want that one. I want the other one.
What?
The Cherry V, yeah.
I don't remember the melody. The Cherry V, yeah. I don't know what that melody was. But...
That's what we need every episode.
I forgot it, didn't I? I said I was going to do it every episode and I dropped off like 2 episodes ago.
How you guys doing anyway?
Ricardo?
I'm good, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm good. I'm tired. Yeah. Listen, no. I said to him, I keep looking at Michelle like, what were we doing? Like, who told us to have a baby? Like up in this age? Like when we were younger, it was easy. You know when you can just burn it at both ends of the candle kind of thing, and a couple hours sleep, and then you're just off doing whatever you want. That's different now, man. Like, and it's not even to say I'm not getting sleep. It's just broken sleep, which is just I feel like worse than not having sleep. But I'm good, man. I'm actually quite good.
Well, when you're in a long-standing, passionate marriage, you have children later down the line, didn't you? Well, all these songs that you're singing, you're always clearly living by them.
By them.
That definitely sounds like my mum. She'll be like, what would my mum say? She's like, this one is very kinky. Like, yeah, mom.
I love that.
Yes, mommy.
I love that.
Cherry, how you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just did there. Took my braids out, and I'm living La Vida Loca. And yeah, life is all right. You know what I mean?
Good.
Jermaine?
Yeah, man, just trying to. I think I'm the one that's burning at both ends. I'm trying to do so much different projects simultaneously, everything other than music right now. But the money's coming in. I'm blessed in this panoramic, and yeah, that's it. I cannot complain. It's like God is just moving, man. God is moving. Every time I pray, God is like, oh, okay, cool. Like let's run that right now. Like, don't even give me 5 minutes before the blessing come. Like literally pray, phone starts ringing. So it's been a really blessed time for me of recent. So yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Especially in this panoramic, boy. It is nice.
In this pandemonium. Panda Express. So yeah, man, the topics that we shall cover today, I want to talk about the Grammys. Yeah, because there's a certain type of way they move that I don't really appreciate in 2021. It's not nothing that is controversial, but I just feel like it's a bit unfair because one of my friends, one of my industry acquaintances, someone I speak to every so often, someone who I support, Duran Bernard, was, amazing, absolutely anointed sing. It's mad how his instrument works, yeah? And he's got all the personality and all the artistry to boot. So he's part of the Kaytranada album, right? Which won 2 Grammys, right? So in back in my day, when you're a significant part of an album, whether you feature, whether you wrote on it, blah, 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 right, you get a Grammy as well because you helped that obviously, blossom into what it is and win the award. So, however, he took to Twitter online and basically announced that guys didn't actually win, because that's not how it works anymore.
Yeah, you know what was funny? I saw that like his announcement, like when he was gassed, and I was so happy when he went on live with They Have Range, and it was just pure bants and good energy. So when I saw that, I was like, oh man,
bro, you get a little certificate that says thanks for your contribution, but kick rocks, yeah. What doesn't wash with me is the fact that there are people in existence who basically turned the volume up on their coffee break and got the Grammy. Like,
true.
And they're out here like they'll be like, yeah, I got a Grammy for Pink Floyd. You didn't do nothing. Do you get me? Like, there's other people out here who obviously contributed more, who are significant parts of albums, but you have to be 51% of the album. You have to have a stake in 51% of it. Otherwise, you're not getting the actual trophy itself. So it's just a bit like I texted him and I said, because he obviously explained to me, because I was like congratulating him or whatever, and he was like, babe, it doesn't really work like that, but thank you. So I texted him and I was like, listen to me, yeah? They woke up one morning and said, we're not going to do it like that no more. But that in no way, shape or form invalidates your contribution, but just because they changed the goalpost. Because if this was 10 years ago, you would be polishing that Grammy right now.
Right.
So it's just a bit like, it's just a weird place to be in. It's just like saying, it's like saying that, unless you wrote the hook on a song, you don't get to be in the credits. But I know that's how it used to be. Do you get me? It's just like a new rule that says this is how it is now, soz. And it's like, but hold on, I wrote the whole verse whatever.
Right.
At the intro, the catchiest part of the song, you could have a one line, melody line or whatever. But it's not 51% of the song, sorry. So can't really credit you, can't give you the royalties from the song. So it's just like, can you get, like, he explained it in a great way though. He said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, when you help someone move into their house or help them decorate or whatever, that doesn't mean you own a stake in their yard just because you help them decorate a room. So like your name is not on the deed and you're just a guest, you get me? So like, obviously when he puts it like that, it's like, yeah, I get it, but that's not how it's been working in terms of this infrastructure that's been around since we've all come into this game. So yeah, I just think it's just a bit like, I guess it kind of hit me personally because I'm trying to congratulate my friend.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, no, sorry, I don't deserve. It's kind of like coming from, I don't deserve it right now. Like, I know he did celebrate, but to all, not just him, but to everyone who literally did bits and were part of something that did win a Grammy, I just want everyone to know that really and truly, you'd have that in your team, in your cabinet right now. Just remember that, in it. Like, so like he tried to retract and say, I'm not a Grammy winning songwriter yet, but I'm like, well, you got the certificate. And I definitely know that there are people with the certificate saying that they're Grammy award winning, blah, blah, blah. So, bruv, come on, man. Don't let them change the goalpost and invalidate the level that you're at right now. Because I know people who don't necessarily have the trophy, singer-songwriters, people I'm close to, who are Grammy award winning, as regardless of whether it's a certificate or trophy. And I'm not gonna look at them and be like, yeah, but you didn't really win now. Do you get me? Like, so yeah, just it's very frivolous, it's very like trivial. But to me, I just don't think it's a good way for people to start viewing things if they did help something win.
I agree. You know what the Grammys is though? They don't seem to do anything right. Like it just never seems to land with them. I don't know if if it's a board of people that are just really out of touch, or I just never feel like the Grammys is right. Like every year, we got something to say about the Grammys.
I think we're always going to have something to say just because we're artists and we're passionate, and we just want justice to always be served to in a certain way, shape, or form, or whatever. One thing I will say about this year, a lot of artists of color won, and I'm grateful that a lot of people who definitely released massive tunes got the recognition. And obviously the decision making is just a bit mad sometimes, but it's just like you just have to like be like, all right, cool. Like, no shade to Brown Skin Girl, because it's uplifting for the culture, for Black women, Black people, just unapologetically Black and just celebratory. But she got an award for that video, and I'm like, she had definitely more like she had better videos on that particular project. Like if you said it was song of the year or like record of the year or like whatever to do with the actual content of it, what it's portraying, then I would be like, yeah, but it's just like Black Parade, like of all the things that she done. Black Parade, like performance, like she got a Grammy for the performance. And obviously Beyonce's gonna body every vocal performance, whether it's a rappy thing, whether it's a like singing out, whatever. But it's just like the stuff that Black is King project is ridiculous, and just the whole like obviously visual movie of it, the like the previous project Lemonade and all them thing there. It's just like you want to snub. I just feel like, I don't think anything, I feel as though it's a lot of pandering right now to catch up with past missteps. Because Black Parade, that's what you want to give after Lemonade was that cultural shift, and you want to be like, all right, cool, we're gonna just we can't snub Beyonce again. That didn't really work out for us, so let's just give her something for whatever. That's how it felt. But either way, 28 Grammys, the most awarded singer, and all them thing there in human history. So yeah, more power to her. I'm glad that Nas finally got a Grammy.
I didn't know he didn't have one from before.
My gosh. Do you know Snoop hasn't got one?
That's crazy.
Do you know Snoop Doggy Dogg?
That's
the
crazy.
dog father, Snoop D-O double Jizzle, doesn't have a Grammy after all his contributions to rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, going from reggae to gospel to how much different, from Death Row to No Limit to Aftermath. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's true. It's wild,
Snoop Doggy Dogg, who's on Somebody Say Just Eat. Like, what's going on?
Bro, when you talk about Snoop not having a Grammy, you can't relate it to Somebody Say Just Eat.
Yeah, edit the Just advert.
Let's leave that bit out of the conversation.
No, get your check, bro. Listen, I don't understand how you got a... Listen, I watched that and I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Just eat, yes?
Oh my God, that's funny, That's funny.
I just don't understand how you can have a star on Hollywood and not have a Grammy for your craft. This just doesn't make sense.
Very true.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of his music, like I feel like a body like the Grammys wouldn't have wanted to be seen supporting some of his music in it. Yeah. I think some of it's about. I think
when it was
back then, it was political, like more, so much more political than it is now. But it's all about, I don't know, it's relationships as well, isn't it? Like it's a lot.
It is, though, isn't it? That's what the Grammys is about. It's not even about. I'd like, when I watch it, and I sometimes see some of the nominations and then some of the people that actually win awards, and I'm not taking anything from anybody. Do you know what I mean? If you won that award, and you know what I mean, that's you deserve it. That was meant to happen in your journey. But sometimes I just think this ain't right. Like how did that not get the award for best song of the year or best R&B performance? And you just know it's that industry bollocks, and
Yeah.
you know.
And it's also like submissions and on time and all these types of factors.
Timing's a big thing, isn't it? Timing's a big thing.
Jesus.
This is it, man.
Because Savage is how much years old now? But the remix of that song won the Grammy for Megan.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
For Megan the Trainer. Megan the Trainer and Dula Peep.
Oh, I'm just done. I'm actually just done. I'm just done all the way out of here, mate.
She's not on your album, Gaga, okay? Because if you don't know the name.
Gaga cares not as well. She don't business either. Oh, I'm sorry.
She said it with her chest.
End of story, yeah. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
End
man.
of conversation.
Congrats to all the winners and all the contributors and all the nominees. Our girl Tiana Major 9 got a couple nominations, I think. That's a and it's like I understand how early it is in her career to be at that point. It's mad. So it's amazing that she's being recognized.
That second EP.
Yeah, 2 EPs.
Mad.
And she's
out here. Movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
Did you see her on James Corden?
No, I didn't catch that, you know.
Listen.
So good.
Is that when she was in the green thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't know what it was for. I just watched the performance.
God. So I already love that song and I love her live interpretation of it, but it just went to another place. Like it was like, you know when the song is perfect and then like obviously she's been doing it. It's like it's the what's it called? It's the press run thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like this, she just took it up a notch, man. Like the difference, she put in different like ad libs and accents. That there was like a little live band element, and it weren't overpowering. It was still quite nice. You know what I mean? Some of the lyrics. It wasn't like if you said you've seen it, but anyone that hasn't seen it, go and watch it. Like it's like just musical genius, man. Shout out to expression as well, boy, because I just feel like when I watched that, I was like, you know what? We're levels, you know, like we're actual levels. Like we are a couple degrees. Some of us are friends with people that are creating music and art that will live forever. Like incredible stuff, and they will never get. Not that they will never. They might not get that sort of that Hollywood recognition, but they're
global,
amazing art, man. And it's just beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch Tiana Major 9's journey. Like you said, it's early in her career to get those noms in her so early. Second EP, like, come on.
Wow. Yeah,
it's beautiful scenes, man. It's love to see it, man.
Wicked.
Wicked. Speaking of Casa progression, definitely caught that Angel interview with Chuckie. Guys, if you haven't seen the checkup on YouTube with Chuckie and Angel, Chuckie interviewing Angel, and they're close friends from back in the day. It's the most inspiring and hilarious and just relatable journey that you're gonna hear in recent times. So please do check it out. The whole time I was watching the whole thing and I was just smiling through the whole thing. Just because regardless of all the amazing monumental things and achievements that Angel's done, like he's still very much grounded and very in tune to where he comes from and being a representation of this country. And but and very much a genuinely himself. Like he's not even trying to do nothing that's not him, authentically. And I was just thinking to myself, I haven't been fortunate enough to work with him. Obviously there's a mutual respect there, and we know each other as peers. But I just thought to myself, if the day comes when we're in studio together, I'm just going to be cackling the entire time. Like, he don't realize how funny he is just naturally. Like, the things he says, are you
mad? When he goes, are you mad?
Madness is, yeah. When he
relays the whole place.
When he relays his point of view, yeah, it is so funny. Like, nah. I just thought to myself, the song is not going to get done because I'm just going to be cackling.
Let me tell you something, yeah. When I really deeped it, like, it's funny because we was having a conversation. Everyone that's watching now, we have this little conversation before we hit record, and me and Jermaine were talking about coming up together, like and I feel like I came up with two camps simultaneously, like you guys and Harmony, and then Casa and Sarash, aka Angel,
yeah,
and the gems from back then to now. See, you know, like, the fact of the matter is, like, I feel like on this journey you meet so many industry people, that are not authentic, and that are not, like, in tune with who they are and where they come from. So to see him relay his story just as he is, his true authentic self, how he was over 10 years ago in the dungeon studio at his parents' house in West London to now, like, global international success, it is literally the same person, literally the same sound bites, the same vibe, the same little road edge, the same fault. Do you know what I mean? Caribbean. I think it was the ZZ interview that I was dying when he said something. Yeah. When this interview drops, maybe I'm gonna run. My team's gonna be lava. Are you mad, bro?
Oh my god! That's what
I love about them lot. Like, real, as Casa says, real genuine vibes.
Genuine vibe, yeah.
Authentic people that have been through the wire. Have heard so many no's.
Yeah.
Have heard so many nonsense UK opinions about what's good and what they should be doing, songs they should be writing, how their production should sound, and they've just said, screw you lot, mate. I'm doing me. And landed. And actually landed. Like, it's just
that's a story in itself, to just like stick to your guns and really come out the other side still sticking to your guns and being appreciated for what you was trying to, like, when he said what we're doing now is what we was trying to do from time ago, like, and it hasn't changed, like,
that's it hasn't changed at all.
And like he said, it was so reassuring when he was just like, when it's your time, nothing, like, from the point that he went studio with Lewis Hamilton, that chain of events from there was just like God saying, no, this is how I don't care what other choice that you think you're gonna do. This is all, I'm just gonna put it in front of you now, because this is what I want for you, you know, and it's unstoppable. Because these things don't have to happen. Like, it's so, like, when he said he was in ZZ, he said, it was like, I can't even eat no more, dead that. I'm going to studio right now. And like, how he was just saying, like, how he was just like, yeah, don't worry, don't even sort me out, nothing, bro. This whole thing, and even that in itself, it's like how he's gone into studio with Lewis, not wanting nothing but the experience on a very humble, like, that energy is this type of thing that makes God say, cool, I'm going to give you more now. Because how you handle this.
There you go.
It was just like amazing. And just when he was, sorry, I don't want to ruin it for everyone, just because you definitely need to watch it because how his delivery and obviously I'm not going to say everything, but just him talking about, how all he ever wanted to do is music and nothing else. Like it's like, as much as he's fighting and he's passionate and he's going to the label and cussing people out and talking about Lawrence and the Machine, yeah. Understand that I rewound that about 6 times.
Bro, that was for when I was watching it. I was thinking, I wish I was with Jermaine watching this because that part was for you.
Because that's exactly how I feel, or how I felt so many times when it comes to labels and just justice, yeah. So anyway, when he's when he's just talking about how like all he wants to do is music, and the people like his team were just trying to relay that, like he's not trying to do crowd, he's not trying to like do anything. Everything that he's doing and how passionate he is, and if he comes up aggressive or whatever you want to call it, it's because he wants to do music. You guys are trying to shake his thing, and all he wants to do is this thing. That's how much he loves to do this music. And it's just like, for him to receive so many bags throughout his journey, and it just like, it's like, God did not want him to step away from it.
Yeah.
Because of the opportunities that he just said, like, listen, I know it's rocky right now, but this is right here now. Yeah. So you need to flip this into another situation. And, you know, when he left Ireland and all these types of things, please guys watch it because it's one of the most amazing things and stories and inspirational things that you're gonna receive. It was a receival, if that's even a word. It's definitely not. But I lived watching that. Like I said, I watched it, smile on my face for the whole thing, because I could just obviously see the type of brotherhood vibe that Chuckie and Angel have got, which is nice to see as well. But yeah, like, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I feel like we've all been in situations where you're like, what's going on right now? Like, you've been in studio and someone's walked in and like, you just think to yourself, what type of bubble am I living in? Like, this pocket dimension that I've just walked into just because I said yes to this one opportunity 2 weeks ago. And now I'm here, and this is absolutely mad. Like, it's just crazy how life works. And you just have to, you know, just keep the faith, man.
And you know what? That's what I loved about it. And I think there was 2 levels to it. Like, there was that sort of that spiritual side of, you know what? As long as I'm doing me and I'm living my authentic self, like whatever is meant to happen is gonna happen. It might take 10 years, it might take 10 days, but when it happens, it's gonna happen. And when he started like relaying some of the stories, you're like, how did that, like, how? Do you know what I mean? Like, how you can't even say, oh, it's A, B, C, and then boom.
Yeah, it's like, not. It's because it
was dead. Do you know what I mean? From the jump.
It's inexplicable.
This is it, man. And it was so inspiring as an artist just to know, do you know what? Like, just keep going. Just like, and you know what? And Cherry, you do this as you say it as well. Like, as long as there is fire in your belly, go in, man. Because what is for you, like no matter like if they want to tell you how old you are, if your music don't sound like what's coming out now, or you've been in the industry for too long, or whatever bullshit they want to say, the truth is, if it's yours, it's not going to pass you by.
You can't stop it. No one can stop it.
It was beautiful to watch, man. It was beautiful to watch from a clean heart, because the industry changes people. Like 100%. And Cherry, you touched on it earlier, that actually Angel, and I don't know Angel like that, so like I can only take your word from it. But just to see from my outsider perspective looking in, that he was just so normal. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially with some of the things that he's achieved as well.
Yeah.
Wow, you're normal. Do you know what I mean? And it was, I smiled all the way through the interview. And I'm like, you know, I got to watch it again, because I think there were moments where I went in my head because I'm listening to his story like, wow, do you know what I mean? That's incredible. And then you just go off. But I need to watch it again, man. It was inspiring. It was 100% inspiring. I loved every minute of it. Every minute of it.
Love it. Wide-eyed.
So yeah, man. What else is on the docket? This Quavo and Sweetie bollocks.
How do you feel about relationship goals, Jermaine? Is there any like couple that you think, oh yeah, they're dope?
Only Beyonce, Jay-Z. only because of the aspect of them being under of them looking unstoppable, the elevator thing happening and all the madnesses and the album coming, Lemonade and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then still being like, all right, guys, calm down. Like, this is a marriage, yeah? And we know what this thing is about. Like, you guys think that this little discrepancy is gonna fuck up the money for forever and ever, amen. No. And the love and the genuine and the pity that we had and the plans that we had and all that stuff, like, I made a mistake, but yo, look at us now. Do you get me? Like, it's just, for me, it's I'm not looking at them as like the perfect thing. That's not what the goal is. Like, I'm looking at them as something that was looked flawless, broke, and almost looks better now because of the strength that we know them to have and the team that we know they have to be now. And the reason why I can almost relate to Jay-Z, not on a financial level in any capacity, but in the sense of, I've fucked up so many times with people I say I love, like even the person that I'm in love with right now, like I've completely shagged the sacred thing that we started with,
Jermaine,
and come out the other end. And it's just amazing when you both can look at each other like, but what we have right now and what we had in the beginning is just bigger than that thing that happened, that human mistake that you made. And obviously, you know, I'm sure I can speak for Jay-Z as well. Like, neither one of us want to fuck up again, right, ever. But it's just like, it's just like a superhero story. If the superhero doesn't get shagged along the way and wins at the end of the day, like, how good is the movie? You know, it's just, that's why I just feel like them, not because of the 28 Grammys and the multi-international conglomerate deals that my man's doing and the whole image of it. It's just it's got them going through flipping hell under a microscope coming out the other end as still the king and queen of their respectable fields. And like, yeah, guys, I don't know what you guys thought was gonna happen, but this thing is bigger than you guys' little frivolous J-Lo-esque drama that you're trying to, you get me? Like, this is not no fly-by-night crazy. It's a full-on king and queen vibe. And yeah, that's why it sounded like a bloody publicist at this point, but yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce publishes Jermaine Wiley.
I mean, hey guys, if you ever see this, Ricardo, make sure you tag up the thing so they can come across it in their algorithm, yeah? But yeah, hire me, Parkwood. I want that Parkwood Ivy Park check.
You're silly.
What do you think, Ricardo? Because I can see coming from someone like who's married and like, do you ever feel pressure to be like relationship goals, or do you ever look at any couple and be like your relationship goals?
Nope.
That's good.
Because the simple matter of fact is we only see what we see. No one is out here showing us the 100, the dirty laundry, as well as the good stuff. So relationship goals is always going to be a myth. You're always just going to see what they present to you, or like most of our journeys, all you see is the tip of the iceberg. You don't see us in the gym shooting and, do you know what I mean, recording one line 50 times. Do you know what I mean? You don't see all of that. All you see is this polished version. So for me, I don't believe in relationship goals. I don't believe in a relationship standard. I don't think there is a standard. I don't think relationships should be a particular way. I think it's whatever the hell you want it to be.
Yes. And
this is a guy, yeah, say it, go on, Jermaine.
That's one thing that a lot of people misunderstand when they get into maybe potentially their first serious relationship. And there's a certain ideal traditionally of what a relationship dynamic should be and the rules and boundaries and blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously there's certain stuff that is pretty like, you know, in terms of human nature, what worked best. But at the same time, your relationship doesn't have to be like the Joneses or whatever. You have to figure out what you want, who you are genuinely entering it, and talk to the person that you're with about your dreams, desires, whatever you want to go down in the bedroom from early, so you guys know that it's not going to be a shock to anyone's system. And when you say that you're cool with something, be genuinely cool with it, or just be like, nah, like that's not what I'm about. Like yeah. Communication, and also, you know, pick and choose your moments in terms of like putting your business out there. Like, I fully have come from the space of, you know, wanting my relationship to be on show, and now I'm like, it's still going to be as amazing whether it's on Instagram or not. Like, and being fully comfortable with that. And I don't know whether that's maturity or I can't be asked anymore to, I don't know what that is, but I'm glad, and I feel like much more happier, and you know what's ironic about that is that when I was doing all them things and blah, 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 I was actually doing fuckery. So what was the point of all of it?
Well, this is what I'm saying, Jermaine. Do you see what I'm saying? And then people will chase that and don't know that they're heading into disaster. Like, for me, relationship, like the whole relationship goals and all of that, it puts an unrealistic expectation on any individual that is trying to attain it. And it will inevitably end up mash up. I've just never seen anyone who wants to uphold some of those tropes and have successfully done it. So for me, I'm just like, you know what, live your blood clot life. Like, work out what you want, man, and head towards that. There's no rules in it. Just be happy. The minute you stop being happy, try and fix that shit. And if it doesn't work, then part ways. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So for me, I'm that, and that's how our marriage has been really successful. And I'm not saying that we haven't like argued and not been happy with each other, or had to recalibrate, or there's been lengths of time where, you know what I mean, we're not on the same page. I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying that we've just been willing to understand, okay, this is where we are, this is where we want to go. And we're doing this together. I want to do what makes you happy. You want to do what makes me happy. We're doing that together. And then every now and again, we come back and we recalibrate. Is this what you still want, babe? Yeah,
that part.
This is what I'm saying, and this is the part relationship shag is we just assume we're monolithic, like we don't evolve and change over time. Like what we wanted 5 years ago is very different from what we want now, and so it's that coming back and being like, you know what, this doesn't work for me too much anymore, but I want to go in this direction. How do you feel about that? Do you know what, babe? Yeah, let's go down that road. And that's happened in our relationship many times, even down to our belief in, I don't even want
God.
Yeah, and not even like that, but like the institutional belief in Christianity.
Jermaine, lips?
Your face.
What's wrong with Jermaine's lips? But any razor lips, bro.
But we've had that. We've had that fork in the road where Shell was at a place. I know she's not going to mind me chatting this, but she was at a place where I think her understanding of us as Black people and our history and all of that had changed her view on Christianity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she made a move to be like, you know what, this doesn't feel right. I want to go and explore what this looks like. And I wasn't necessarily there yet. And so it was more of a thing where like I had to like play a bit of catch up and just be like, you know what, if you're going there, I'm behind you. And I eventually caught up, but we just had to check in, do you know what I mean, all the time, just to make sure. Don't tell me this. Tell me this, did the Zoom mess up?
Do you know how long we was frozen? Oh, sorry.
Did the Zoom mess up?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the plan.
Anyway, maybe I just wasn't meant to say what I was saying. So whatever you got was
yeah.
Whatever you heard is heard. But yeah. Cherry, what do you feel about relationship goals?
You know, the reason why I posed the question is because obviously the whole recent like Quavo and Saweetie breakup, right. And like basically she posted a tweet saying that she checked out emotionally time ago and that presents and that are not band-aids and intimacy isn't the same when it's shared with other people. And that was a lash because I feel like people have looked at certain people and been like, oh my gosh, like even Valentine's Day, someone made a point of like Valentine's Day, they posted up some big shalawale that he done for her, roses everywhere and all that. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I want. Like, God, I'm praying for somebody like that. Or now she'd already decided that she's leaving on March the 20th and she's going to post about it. You know what I mean? So for me, how do I feel about it? I'd be lying if I didn't say that there are some pictures that I blatantly share on my Instagram stories of families, relationships, Black love that I see and I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, I just love it. I love to see it and I love to post it. Do I feel like one day I want to post pictures of like that myself? Certain time? Absolutely. Yeah. But in terms of like the everyday, day-to-day, like day in, day out, trying to be that guy and trying to be that girl is definitely unrealistic. But I there are some things that definitely make me smile. And I guess it's not about like goals, it's more about hope in it. Like, it's like seeing a long-standing couple that are even a bit low-key, or like, I don't know, Angela Bassett and her husband, for instance, older generation, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, they're low-key, they're quiet, they're both actors. They've been in this thing for a minute.
Yeah.
But every now and again, you might see them on one red carpet together, or one little, I don't know, Hello magazine feature with them at home with their picnic. And I just think, as much as that looks amazing to me, because I don't see it all the time from that couple in particular, as a mature human being that's been in relationships, you know that there's obviously challenges that come with that.
Yeah.
But it's like what you were saying, Joanne, it's just like the fact that you were still able to work through that and come out the other end. So I think the goals are more about how to deal with conflict and how to deal with differences, and also making each other, being a part of each other's happiness, but also paying attention to your own.
Listen to me.
So it's a lot.
Cherry, that's a word, you know.
Yeah.
That is a word. That is a word, and that's a conversation that I've been having this week with close people. Is like, it's okay to be selfish. Like, you have to enter relationships as a whole. No one is going to complete you. And if you're in a relationship trying to be complete, it's going to fall apart. So that paying attention to your own happiness, that is the key, man.
It's mad because even in recent times, it's been a battle for me to be somewhat selfish, although that's not what I feel like it is. That's not the sentiment.
Right.
It is when I'm, focusing on me or making sure that my happiness is at 100. It's been a battle to be whole and pay attention to the other person, to make sure that I don't let go of that understanding that I can be whole and still be of service emotionally. And do you get me? Like, it's not, it doesn't have to be like either or at all. Like, it's just about, it has to just kind of become a part of your life, just the same way certain, like, you have to be on time for things like time management and blah, 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 and make sure you don't, eat too much junk food and blah, blah, blah. You have to, when in a relationship, you have to be you, be 100% you, authentic and all the rest of it, and still be there, still be that rock, like, and you have to figure it out. Otherwise, sorry to say, just be single, bubs, like, because you're not yet ready to serve. Do you get me? Like, it's just, and it's fine. It's fine. That's the thing. But we just have to understand what type of place you're at in life. And I think my personal journey with the relationship that I'm in now was obviously single bachelor lifestyle, then being very much in love, then relapsing into thinking that I can have my cake and eat it, and then realizing that if I want this, and I definitely did want this, and I wanted it more than anything, that I have to figure it out how I can maintain this and still be myself authentically, not compromise my whatever I want out of life, and be of service to this person who I'm absolutely in love with. Like, you have to figure it out. Otherwise, just go back to that single bachelor, laying down everything life. Like, and that's fine. Like, and I just need people to understand that if you do want a bit of a cuddle, snuggle, blah, 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 then you need to figure out who's on your rota. Do you get me? But don't dive into a relationship thinking that you can have one leg in, one leg out. Like, and I'm not talking from a judgmental standpoint, I'm talking from experience. And it just came to a time when I'm like, Jermaine, you need to grow up, you know? And that's it. Like, if you want this forever and ever, amen, bruv, get serious, man. Get serious. It's just like, that's like me trying to work in Burger King and still trying to do this music thing. Like, there's certain, get to a point where you have to lock off the foolishness, the least desirable thing.
Yeah.
Has to get fully chopped, sacrificed for the dream of it all. And it just, the way it is. I mean, feel free to release your music and still work at Burger King. I'm not saying that. I'm just...
I was about to say, you mustn't say that. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in terms of like, you know, in terms of super like Cardi B level stardom, that's not really practical, is it?
Cardi B levels.
Cardi B, can you imagine Cardi B in Burger King just like serving you?
I take an order.
It'd be hilarious.
So yeah. Yeah, that's just my take. I just feel like that's one particular subject that I love hearing about it, and I love sharing, because yeah, it's nice to feel educated when it comes to coming out the other end.
Yeah, it's mad, you know, because sometimes, and you know, I feel like going back to the Quavo and Saweetie thing, like apparently she tweeted that and then he replied with something like,
yeah, I saw that.
You're not the woman I thought you were, yeah. And I could be getting this completely wrong, yeah. But that's when my trigger comes into it, because I'm just like, what I get from that is like, I thought you were gonna be a ride or die.
Yeah, even for the bullshit.
Yeah. And then what happens sometimes is like somebody on the receiving end of BS, if they decide to leave, then the person, this is so toxic and narcissistic, the person who is doing the damage is like, oh, I thought you were
upset. Yeah, like, no, you don't get to do that, bro. You don't get to be that person.
I thought you were ride or die.
Yeah.
Where are we riding, and why do I have to die in order for me to get there?
Right.
This is it. Why are we dying?
I have to actually die, fam.
Why does anyone have to die to get to take the ride with you?
Why? That's a sacrifice out of my whole, bust out the whole of my heart, blouse clock, yeah, and mash up myself emotionally in order to put up with your shabalaba.
Shabalaba.
That is so funny.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another part of the growth. That's another part of the growth as a man. Yeah. And this is also why this might leak into another subject, but this is also why, because I can only speak from a man's perspective. Yeah. It's also why I don't support women proposing to men, because there's a lot of growth that we need to do, and we cannot, I'm going to say cannot, I just feel as though, I'm just trying to word it properly.
Just say it is.
You cannot make that decision for us, because we don't do nothing that we don't really want to do. If we want to marry you, we would have done it. We will do it. Like, it's just, you cannot force a man to make that decision. Out of all the decisions, you can force him to wash the car, you can force him to take the picnic to school. That's one decision that you cannot force, because that yes, when he says it, is so loaded with, so attached to things psychologically. Like, you don't want that.
And resentment.
Off your knee.
Resentment is coming after that.
100%. 100%. It irks me when I see it. Like, I've never seen it and been like, oh, that's nice.
No,
never.
No.
Like,
do you know what? And I don't know. As a father as well, if that was my daughter, are you mad?
Oh my gosh.
Are you mad?
You know, you'd be like, get up after
Get Any like
it,
Jermaine
man.
said, if the guy hasn't made those moves, it's not because I've just forgotten. It's not like one of those things where you might need to
That's
just
a thing.
do something. It's actually I don't want to do it. That's why I haven't done it yet. It's not that it's not on my radar or it's not on my. It's mad. It's mad. And
you know,
go on, Cherry.
And you know what? Even the question, and suggesting it. Why haven't you, or what are you going to? You see that? Yeah. I'm a type of person, but I don't like beg nobody for nothing anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just like, if I would ever never be, and I haven't never been, yeah. If I was to be in a position where I'm asking someone to make me theirs,
gone.
Gone. Do you know how low I'd have to go there?
Gone.
Like,
let's get out.
Hell.
This is what I'm saying.
And then for somebody to be like, okay, you've convinced me.
Yeah. It cannot come from that place. It cannot come from that place of, oh, might as well, bro. Like, I'm just saying, as a man, there's a level of maturity that we must reach. We must make all the mistakes that we need to make. We must come to the realization. Sound like flipping Malcolm X at this point. We must realize that this person is the thing, is the lifeline, is all that we're ever gonna need. And we have to make that decision.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And you know what? Like, and then
it's a level of maturity.
This whole week, and like since we've done the pod, there's been so much stuff that's happened in the news that has made me very disappointed in men. Like, and like the damage that we've done to society is mad. It's so mad. Like when my woman, I don't even know her name. I haven't been following the news too much, but my woman that got murdered by that off-duty policeman and that. Like when that story started to roll, and then you get women talking about their experience maneuvering through this world, and actually 98% of it is because of a man. Like I'm having a negative experience in life because of men. Like it's disappointing. It's like what's happening in this world where it's just that cycle is regurgitated. So new boys are born and they grow up to be shits, and it hasn't changed in hundreds of years. Like, what are we doing? Like what are we doing? And maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive now because I'm a dad of 2 girls. So like, my head's spinning already. Like, okay, what world am I sending you out into now? But for me, I just feel like you said, Jermaine, as men, and I can only talk from a male perspective, there's a lot of responsibility we need to start taking for our actions, for our words, and for our behavior, man, because it's shagging up the world.
I think it's a misunderstanding of what's on the other side of owning your shit.
Yes.
Guys feel like, and I've been that guy, avoid, be this person and paint this picture that's not true and genuine and authentic to the person you know say you're in love with, and it will be everything will be fine and dandy. And it's just not. When you own your shit, first of all, that weight, when that weight is gone, when you can just say sorry, I've apologized to him in a way where I'm not even expecting him to even forgive me at the end of it. Like from a place of, when I did this is how I was feeling, and I take full responsibility and blah blah. Like, and I've done it to a couple people, not all the having like, it's just my way of doing things. Now, if I need to apologize for something, that's just my way of doing it, because you have to take accountability for your actions and understand that if you want to be the author of your situation, your life, or whatever, own your shit, bro. Because who said you had to be Superman?
Do you know?
Just say you fucked up.
No pun intended.
Right. And then after it, then they know that they're dealing with the actual thing.
This is it. And
do you get me? Like when everyone knows where they stand.
This is it. And this is why owning your shit, like it's bigger than you, because what that does, allows the other person to move on, to have some sort of closure, because they're not sat there thinking, was it me? What did I do?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They know this is the reason, and actually I can take that and move forward with it. Whether or not we continue this journey together or we part ways, at least now I know where I am, rather than it's a guessing game. And now I'm forever scarred in this thing. And I just don't know now how to maneuver through life because this wound won't heal. So owning it isn't just about you. Like, it's about all the other things and all the other people that are connected to that. It's mad.
And I've also been in the situation where I'm not owning my shit, and that thing that's niggling them never goes away.
Right.
Until they get the answers.
Right.
And the actual thing, it's not gonna go away, bro. It's gonna always be there. If we own it, we can move past it.
This is it.
It's just been my from over a decade of relationships. Just own your shit. The times when I've tried to, no, like, that's no one, don't worry about, like, listen, bun that. So this is what I was doing, and I fucked up.
The thing is, when you do that, and you know, like, if unfortunately it doesn't end, if it doesn't continue and you end up ending the relationship or whatever, no one can come for you, you know. No one can come for you.
Terry,
no one can for you.
Preach.
Oh.
Because I'll be damned, if I put my hands up to the sky and I own my shit and someone try to come for me after that.
You can't.
You're going mad.
That's why I'm so open. That's why I'm such an open book when it comes to this relationship shit. It's because I'm not out here trying to paint a picture like I haven't fucked up.
Right. For
Uno to try and pull up my DMs from 2 years ago and be like, well, I know he was like, yes, and so does my boyfriend knows that as well right now. You get me? Like, don't try and pull up my things. You need to understand that I've owned that. I've taken it. Uno can't come for me. Don't even ever try to say, oh, well, I spoke to him when, no, you didn't. Because a lot of it's been timestamped to this point through conversations and honesty and truth and owning my shit. So you, like you said, you relinquish all of that weight and just, you disarm all the bullshit. You disarm all the bullshit after the fact.
That's a word.
Nobody not throw me on the no double decker, you know.
New single. Out now on all streaming platforms, on all DSPs.
Yeah. Cherry, are you releasing that? You should release that live version, you know. I don't want to spoil any man's roadmap and that. But
what do you mean you release the live version?
It's a live recording.
Yeah.
It is a version.
No, your live version, the one you did for One Extra.
That is the live version I've done for One Extra.
Oh, okay.
So it's recorded and then she flung up the audio, which I didn't realize till after when I saw the thing in brackets. I thought, okay.
It says live.
I was confused. I'm getting a little bit out of touch with this. Yeah, allow me. All right.
Listen.
Let's stretch our hands towards Ricardo.
Yeah, behave yourself. Behave. Behave. Nah, what I was trying to say is big up Cherry V, because that song is amazing. It's raw,
Beautiful.
honest, and it's levels. So yeah, man. And yeah, go and support it, stream it, download it, share it, post it, tell a friend to tell a friend.
This is it.
I love it, you know. Love it.
Yeah, man.
So
Speaking of new music, I am obsessed with Giveon.
Oh,
Heartbreak Anniversary. Shout out Baron Le Pen on that as well.
oh
Sick.
really?
Yeah.
amazing.
That
I haven't heard it yet.
I had to message you and be like, are you all right? Because I think there's something going on over there that you're some medication that you're taking that you're not telling us about. But that song, like, it's so pure. It's so, and obviously Giveon's tone is. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Is lovely. Like, you know, like that tone that doesn't even really need to do much. Like,
Yeah.
don't even need like loads of background. Doesn't need ad libs. To just needs to just deliver the song.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm literally like obsessed with that song at the moment.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Heartbreak Anniversary.
Tune.
And the visual's lovely as well.
I haven't seen the
I
video.
love the visual.
I haven't seen the video.
I love it. Simple, like nice. Real, like nice soul R&B, man.
Genuine vibe.
Real genuine vibe.
I haven't, like Jermaine, I haven't really listened to a lot of new music lately. I did on a very random, I was driving somewhere and I switched on One Extra. And there's this tune by a guy called Carl Benjamin called Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's produced by Progression. And it samples Omar. Oh,
the thing that Chuckie mentioned it in the Angel interview.
Yeah, and it was funny they mentioned it because like literally like maybe 2 days before, I was randomly like driving and it came on, and yeah, man, like, you know, it's just nice when we've had an era the last 7 years of sampling, and
Yeah,
it's refreshing when you hear a sample, but it's done very tastefully. Do you know what I mean? Nowadays,
yeah. It has to be done artistically. You can't just rip
throw
off
it
the
down
whole.
underwater and then that's it. No, it's done artistically. So I really appreciate that. And you know what else? I haven't really listened to music, but I've been watching a lot of what do you call them? Visual podcasts, but vlogs or whatever
On YouTube.
Yeah, watching loads of them. And there was one with our sister Cherry V, the Underdogs, and Lioness did one on that as well. So I watched both of them.
I need to watch those.
The Lioness interview and the Cherry V one was sick, man. It's good to see so much honesty. And I think in this moment in my life, I'm really appreciating that because of the shaggery of most of the industry at the moment. Everyone's on a lying thing.
Yeah.
So it's good when people are just honest. Do you know what I mean? And just like, you know what, this is where I'm at. And it might not look like everybody else's journey, but this is where I'm at, and I'm happy and I'm owning that. So yeah, man, check out those 2 interviews. I'll put the link in the bio.
That's why I appreciated the Angel thing, to be honest, because
this is it.
When you know that, like when he was talking about the being on the bus and he's Angel, and listen, when he said the thing about are you still doing music? That question we all have received, and like, are you dumb, bruv? Like,
right.
So his response to that as well is exactly my sentiment.
And he's lucky because if you're lucky, you'll get that question. You'll get, are you still doing music? If you're unlucky, you'll get, how's your little music thing going?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
How about you mad? My little music thing.
Oh, gosh, man.
Mad, isn't it? Mad.
Listen, sorry. That's what I just really want to.
Yeah, that's the argument.
What happened, man?
What do you mean? What happened? Like, are you mad?
That question. What happened to you guys, man? Oh, are you still in fundamental?
I hate that, Jermaine, and that must piss you off even more because they're going there as well. And you know the worst thing is about them people, they actually follow you. Like, you follow me, and I've seen you like my post. So what are you doing,
fundamental? Do you know how mad that is? Because if I was, and we haven't released a song in 8-9 years, how does that make sense? Of course I'm not, bruv.
The thing is, these days, you know how easy it is to go and search for things before you open up your mouth and start.
This is what I'm saying.
Like
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, if I get that question, I'm just harsh back with it. I'm just like,
that's like me asking my man, what's his name? Is it Jade? You still in Damage?
Come on, idiot.
No, but he slightly is, though, to be fair. He slightly is. They're still doing Jazz Cafe and everything there.
Run it though, innit? Get that check. Run it.
Yeah. Oh, JLS just got signed the other day again.
New deal. They are in it. They're back on the road, I think.
When new deal.
Back up again. So yeah, man.
New deal. So I'm laughing that every time I say new deal, yeah, it reminds me of like when you used to go to job center and like you've fully exasperated your your period of time when you was meant to find a job, yeah. So then there's a point where they obviously bring you to the thing, and I don't know if anyone's signed on before, but like they give you a little booklet, and and basically you have to fill out your a weekly progress, like as a school report or something, right? So then you give it to them, and it gets to a certain point after you've gotten a certain amount of money from when you see you down, and they say, so we've seen that okay, cool, but this looks great. Okay, what we're gonna do, because you've been with us for quite some time, we're gonna put you on a new deal. So what we're gonna put you on a course, and what, bro? Just give me my money, bro. I want to do music, bro.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
And that's the moment where you will just walk out. I remember the last time I went job center, I can't remember what year it was. I think it was, what year was it? Must be early fundamental, like some like 17, 8, no. We weren't in no type of deal situation at this point. So I've walked in, and it was just more ag than I anticipated. And I was just thinking, oh, leave me alone, man. Just sign off the thing and then...
Give me my money, fam.
So then, signed off on it now. No, told me to... What happened is told me to wait there, wait there, right there, or whatever, in the waiting area, whatever. Bro, I just looked at my thing, looked at the fake accounts that I was getting, because obviously I ain't looked for a job. I've been doing music in it. So looked down at the piece of paper and thought to myself, what type of life is this? And I just walked out and never went back. And I remember like being on the bus on my way home thinking, all right, cool. This is triggered the universe to do something. You get me? Like, because if I've to a certain degree turned my back on some P because of what's attached to it, then something else has to fall into place. It might have been after fundamental. It might have been between. It might have been like just after fundamental, like after leaving the group and trying to figure it out, or after like the first solo album. Something. I just remember it very vividly, so that's why I'm thinking it can't have been before fundamental, because I was still at Brit and all them thing there. So. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's just whenever I hear New Deal, it's just funny to me. But what was we saying? Yeah, we were talking about new music. I haven't really taken in anything new. The Justin Bieber thing just dropped. So I want to check that out. His album, see what that's saying. Because I like that Peaches song, and I like Holy, and he follows me on Twitter. So yeah, I'm just trying to I've just been doing art, graphic design stuff, and obviously I think I've watched the Snyder Cut to Justice League about 4 times at this point. So yeah, that's been my little inspiration in the background, and I'm doing my artwork and that. But yeah, just hustling, guys. Just hustling. I want to reveal what I've been working on. But I just want to get it like proper, the ball rolling before I, do anything premature and announce anything prematurely. But yeah, it's amazing. It's something amazing for the culture.
Sick.
And for like-minded creatives and my fellow geeks. So yeah.
Sick.
I think that's it, guys.
Yeah, man. That's it, man. Jermaine, wrap us up, fam.
No, I'm joking. Basically, Middle Eight podcast. I told you guys it was gonna be sick. I told you, man. What are you talking about? Subscribe, man.
Yep.
Click the little bell for notifications, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for all the little tidbits, because obviously we chop up the thing, give you a little sneak peek of what we actually put in the tin. Usually full, everything you saw here today is usually all that was filmed. So we don't pull no punches. We come in with the real tea, real raw R&B talk from an R&B perspective, yeah?
Do you know what as well, Jermaine? Good news, we will be on Apple Music, Spotify, and all of those great podcast platforms.
The audio of it.
Yeah, so as of sort of end of next week. So yeah, we're just waiting for it to go live. So yeah, man, you get all our episodes. We've done 17 episodes.
What? That's wild, bro.
17 audio clips, but yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. So yeah, that'll be dropping the same time as the videos drop from now on, so you can listen to it when on your way to work, college, school, wherever, linking, drinking.
Breakfast.
Yeah. We love to see it. Bye.
Love you guys. Middle Eight. Follow, like, share, subscribe.